It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 41, start at verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. Verse 6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. Verse 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. Verse 8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Yahweh. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. Verse 9. And if you be born, you shall be born to a curse, and if you die, a curse shall be your portion. Verse 10. All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again, so the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. All praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect, the hopeful elect, the brothers on the highways and byways doing the work, trying to fill up our Father's house. And a sincere shalom and edification for you brothers and sisters that's newly awakened, that's listening and learning. To you I say shalom. I'm the brother Nakamaya, coming at you with another lesson. And the name of this lesson is going to be, For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. All right, got a couple precepts lined up, and I got a quick clip I want to play ahead of time, so hopefully everything is edifying. In the name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. All right, let's get to it.
Hey guys, I'm already emotional. My name is Marie, and I have something that's really, I have to get it out. The Lord is telling me something I need to share. I need you to listen with open ears and an open mind, okay? This is from the Lord. I was watching some clips on what people are calling a hate group, the Hebrew Israelites that were protesting, and while I don't agree with the language and the form of the anger, but they were speaking truth. The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American. Okay, they're not African and they're not American. They are God's chosen people, as well as the Indians and the Mexicans. And if it's the first time you're hearing this, you need to read the Bible, because the proof is in the Bible, in genetics. Anyways, you need to read. Okay, you need to pray about this. So, I was just praying about this, and I was just, just really heartbroken by how they were received and how they were, putting themselves across, And this song comes on. I'm driving to work, and the song comes on the radio. Good Father. And the Lord, His Spirit came over me. He said, my children don't know what a good Father I am. They haven't experienced how perfect I am. Right now, they are scrambling. They're woken up, and they're scrambling because it says in my word that that if you remember my covenant I made with you, then I will remember you. So these people are scrambling, and many of them are very angry. You have no place, none, to be ridiculing them. These are God's children. The Lord said they are scrambling. They're reaching out for me in the best way they know how. How are they going to know how to love when they haven't experienced love in thousands of years? They have been separated from me. They're trying to reach back to me. He said, pray for them. Pray for them. Even if you don't agree that they are Hebrew Israelites, if you are a Christian, claim to be, then pray for them. That's what Jesus says to do. Pray for your enemies. Well, guess what? They're not your enemies. The Hebrew Israelites are the reason why salvation was brought to the world, through their failure. We, the rest of us, have been grafted in. It's all in Scripture. I don't have the Bible with me, so I can't look it up, and I'm really bad with my memory. But I'm speaking truth, Scripture. Okay? Shame on you, America. Calling them the worst hate group in America. When we, as Americans, America has raped, murdered, made them property. God's children. You know what else the Lord told me? If you are Hebrew and you're watching, bless you. I'm praying for you. Those that are angry, I'm praying for you. Those that are hurting, I'm praying for you. Those that are reaching out, wondering, what does this mean? What do I do? I'm praying for you. And the Lord is coming back. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Vengeance is mine. Don't worry about all this. Just focus on me. Read my words. Listen to my words. Listen to my son. Listen to my son. Go back. Come back to the covenant. Come back into my arms. Listen. I love you. I'm coming for you. Don't worry about everybody else. I got it. That's what he's saying. Bless you. Israel, bless you. The true Israel, bless you. Bless you.
All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, confusion of face. We make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, right? And the Most High said in his last days that his people will wake up, which the massive awakening is already underway. And he also said he will pour out the Spirit upon all flesh, right? That just means the Israelites. No, that means even these heathen, right? And even though this, I can't say for sure if she's, no, she looks like a heathen woman, but with confusion of face out there, you never can tell. But, you know, this is, she's sincere. You know, I have no doubt that the Most High touched this woman, you know. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, she's not going off, because, you know, she said some things that wasn't, you know, quite accurate, and, you know, she's still using, you know, JC, for instance, but, you know, I have no doubt that, you know, the Most High is putting it on her, but not just her. You know, it's a lot of heathen that are waking up to the truth. You know, they're looking past all the screaming and yelling, and they're taking heed to what's being brought out, and they're checking the scriptures like she obviously did. You know, and it's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. You know, you read Hebrew Israelites. I mean, you read Hebrew Edomites. You know, so-called white man. You know, you going down. You know, and it's all prophesied in the scriptures. you know, for all the wickedness that you've done to the Most High's chosen people, you know, for all the lies that you tried to spread to cover yourself, you know. But what's in the dark is going to eventually come to the light, you know. So let's go ahead and get into these scriptures and prophesy and bring to light your destruction, your impending doom, because it's coming. You know, for the amount of wickedness that you've done on this earth, you've polluted the earth. You know, you can't even eat food. You can't even drink clean water. You know, you put pork in everything. Trying to block out the sun. Chemtrails all in the air. Hey, man, you don't even care about yourself because you breathe the same air that we breathe. You know, you're just destructive. You're just destruction. You know, and everywhere you go, there's mourning, murder, suffering. All right? So let's see what your judgment is, because evidently you think you're gonna be able to do this forever. You know, but that ain't the case. And the Most High got you. He got your number, and your time is numbered. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some scripture. All right, got the book of Nahum, chapter 3, start at verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And that bloody city is America. You know, you had to kill so many people, numerous amounts of so-called Native Americans, so-called African Americans. You know, so many Israelites had their blood shed just so you people can ride bikes in the early mornings, so you people can walk dogs in the early of the morning and feel all pompous, you know, feel all prideful, you know. Your time is coming, you know. So walk all the dogs you want to walk, you know, ride bikes, have all your little parties, you know, because judgment is coming. Verse 2, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses, Slakia, and of the jumping chariots, right? Those same whips that you crack to get your kingdom built, they shall be cracked on your same back. You know? It's righteous. It's called a recompense. You know? Everything that you've done is going to be returned upon your own head, right? That same slavery that you inflicted on the children of Israel, you know, the same merciless acts that you brought upon the people, they're going to be returned upon your own head. So get ready for it. My words? No. Thus saith the Lord. All right, verse 3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. That's your weapons. That's your guns, right? And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses. There is no end of their carcasses. They stumble upon their carcasses. You killed so many people, man. It's a shame, man. You lost count a long time ago. Yet you hold yourself in high regard, like you're the you know, you're the moral standard, you know, and you're nothing. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of, you know, and your time is short. It's ending, you know, whether you want to admit that or not. Hey, just you wait. Verse 4, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, your news media, your propaganda, you know, your idolatry, your worshiping of idols, you know, all that stuff is coming to naught, you know, and all this wickedness and evil that you devils spread across this earth is going to return upon your own head. All these little plans that you got to knock off the children of Israel, it's going to come to naught. The Most High is going to save his elect. And all you wicked elites that's going to escape the nuclear fire, you're gonna be the first fruits of slavery. You know, so go ahead with your plans. You know, go ahead with all your wickedness, because it's gonna come to nothing. Verse 5. Slakia. That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. You know, you still got a lot of child slavery going on right now. You know, women coming up missing. You know, you still locking people away in prison houses, you know, to get cheap labor in your little redneck hick towns. You know, you're being uncovered. You know, you can't even hide yourself no more. Why? Because this truth is out. You know, the men of the Lord are exposing, the Most High is, but he's using his men to do it. That is exposing this wicked kingdom. And not only are the Americans, so-called Americans, but not only are the people waking up, but the world is waking up to this devil. You know, verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And hey, it's happening. You know, nobody trusts this devil, and with good reason. Why? Because everybody's in some way, shape, or form has fallen victim to Babylon the Great, aka America. You know, your moral high ground is disintegrated. Why? Because this truth is exposing you. You know, and it's gonna be that way all the way into your destruction. You know, so you can get your martial law ready, your national emergencies, you get all that stuff ready, man. You know, because it's not gonna profit you not one bit. All right, let's grab the next scripture. Got the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, start at verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. And how was America established? By blood, by iniquity, you know, by unrighteous decrees, as it is even to this day, you know. So it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. And woe means destruction. Turmoil, you know, it's coming. There's no way out of it. Whether you believe it or not, hey, you see it already starting to fall upon you. Low birth rates, you know, suicides, mass shootings. All this is happening to your people, right? Let's grab the next scripture. Let's go to the book of Numbers. Got the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Hey, how much blood have you shedded, red Hebrew Edomites, to establish this wicked kingdom? Huh? How many countless lives have you taken just so you can walk dogs, ride bikes, you know, and live it up? Huh? How many? Well, it's going to take your blood to cleanse this land, right? Thus says the Lord, you know. So, hey, I hope it was all worth it, you know, but I can't blame you too much because you were created to be the wicked. So you're just doing what you was created to do. All right, let's slide to the next script. Got the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, start at verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction. Right, so because the Most High used you to punish his people for breaking this covenant, you know. But what'd you do? Being the wicked, you just took it and you just you ran rampant with it, you know. Started raping his people, you know, beating the skin off our backs, feeding our kids to alligators. You know, it was just no end to you. Hanging us, cutting our fingers and ears off, you know, for souvenirs, you know, making it a public spectacle. All right. You just went out, you just got out of control with it. You know? Now, all of that's gonna fall back on you. Double. You know what I'm saying? So you can take the most heinous act that you've ever committed and do that times two. That's what you got coming. You know? Let's go to the next script. Got a book of Psalms. Chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and the secret places do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And we see that every time we turn on the television. Or when we go on YouTube. You know? There's not a day that goes by that we can't see or we don't see an innocent unarmed so-called black man or people of color getting murdered by the police. You know? And it's always the same people that's committing a crime that somehow justifies it. Right? How does that work out? Right? You got an unarmed person with no type of weapon, but the cops that has he has gun, taser, nightstick, billy club, you know, and other officers at his disposal, but some kind of way you turn out to be more in fear of your life than the guy that don't have no weapon at all. You know, how do you explain that? Huh? Because you're doing what you were created to do. You were created to be the wicked, you know? And there's a recompense, you know? There's a righteous recompense that's going to be turned upon your own head, you know? Next scripture. Got the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right. Because we get gone down in the street on a daily basis. And very rarely starting to tick up just a little bit. You know, you had a couple officers been found guilty. You know, but for the most part, you know, you get away with it. You know, you get paid leave. You know, you got police chiefs that's willing to lie on your behalf. You know, the departments investigate themselves, so they're allowed to cover up and spread false propaganda. You know, through your witchcraft. You know, through your media outlets. You know, all things work together. You know, to help to help push forth this wickedness. You know, but all of that's gonna start getting broken down. It's getting broken down now. You know, and this kingdom as we know it is crumbling right before our eyes. You know, you can see it. You know. Let's go to the next scripture. Got the book of Lamentations. Chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Right, because you're not trying to save us. You know, you can easily sign into what you call your legislation, you know, laws that will help protect the children of Israel. But do you do that? No. Right? Why? Because you feel justified. You feel slavery is justified. That's why there's no reparations. You know, you feel justified in the way that you treat the children of Israel. You know, that's why you come up with a social construct, this white and this black thing, because black means evil, you know, wicked, you know, and that's what you teach your children. That's why when the children of Israel is gone down, there's no recompense for it. You know, that's only justification, you know, on every level, you know. Verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Right. And who hunts our steps in the street? Your so-called police officers. You know, they sit and lurk, you know, looking for somebody to kill, unjustly. And then you turn around and justify it. Then he gets a paid vacation, taxpayer dollars. I mean, it's just straight wickedness. Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursue us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Right. Because you're always plotting on how you can take out the next Israelite. Kill the next unarmed brother. That's all you do continually. The real people, the real face of terror, which is you so-called white men, who commit all the mass shootings, who the real pedophiles, they get the sweet end of the stick. They get a pass. Mental illness, all this foolishness that you make up, all these excuses that you give them, but when it's a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American that commits these things, we're terrorists. When we speak out and bring these things to the light, we're evil. We're terrorists. But that argument is not holding water because the wicked is being exposed. It has been exposed for some time now. And you can't take it. But guess what? You're going to take it. You're going to drink it. You're going to drink of that cup. Let's get the next strip. Got the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 1. So I return and consider all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed. And who's the oppressed? The children of Israel. The so-called free slaves. But we still subjected to payments in this wicked kingdom. Living paycheck to paycheck in the worst parts of this country. And they had no comforter. Nobody to comfort us. Only thing we get is excuses. Well, you shouldn't look. Well, you wrong place, wrong time. Well, he had a past history. He used to smoke marijuana. You come up with every excuse in the world to kill us. Even though it's not justified. Even though it's unjust. And on the side of their oppressors, there was power, but they had no comforter, right? Because you got all the power. You make all the laws. You sit in all the high places. You call the shots. So in all actuality, there's nothing that we can do. We have no might. The only thing we can do is turn back to our power, which is starting to happen. And you're shaking in your boots. Why? Because we're not playing a carnal game with you. You don't see us taking up arms against you. You don't see we're not playing your game. And you don't know how to respond. Let's go to the next strip. Got the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that's what's starting to happen. That's the whole reason why I played that clip. Because there's a lot of you, I don't know if she was a heathen. She looks a heathen, but that can be deceiving. But I'm just for for purposes. I'll say she's a heathen, right? And a lot of you heathen are feeling that same way. Whether you come out and say it or not, but inwardly, that shame is going to eventually cover you, which is starting to happen. Why? Because of all your wickedness, rape, robbery, murder, killing innocent people, unarmed people. Then trying to justify it. But at the end of the day, you can't justify that, no matter how hard you try, And hey, man, death is coming to America. It's going to be a lot of mourning. Got the book of Ezekiel. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, start at verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. Why? Because you have a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. You know, it's never going to end. That's why the Most High got to come and remove you devils out of power. You know, why? Because he created you that way. You know, he set you up in a position where only he himself can bring you down. You know, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Right. And he's already starting to judge you. You know, that's why, you know, the heathen woman in that video, you know, is starting to cry out because she can see it. You know, verse 12, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel. And what's some of them blasphemy? The guys over there in Israel, they're the real Jews. You know, we're African Americans. You know, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is a white guy. You know, you cover the faces of the judges. You know, all that's blasphemy against the Most High. You know, but hey, you were set up to do that. You know, that's why you were set up to be the vessels of destruction. You were set up to be destroyed as well. You know, so you have to take all of that, man. You know, saying they are laid desolate. They are given us to consume. Yeah, that's what you think. We are giving you to consume, and to a degree you is, because you the Most High sword. So he's using you to punish the children of Israel. You know, but once that punishment is fulfilled, hey, he's going to take these same curses that he got on us and he's going to put them on you, which has already started happening. You know, the opioid epidemic, you know, the suicide rates skyrocketing through the roof. You know, your birth rates below replacement level. You can't even replace yourself. You know, you got all these plagues that are coming upon you, you know, with you being so mighty, and you got all the weapons, you know, you got all the guns, you know, you got the finest machinery, and here it is, you are falling, and nobody's even lifted a finger against you yet. You see how that works? All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Let's grab the next scripture. Got the book of James, chapter 2, verse 13. For you should have judgment without mercy, that have shown no mercy, and mercy rejoice against judgment. Right, because you're doing all this wickedness, and you're not pitying the people that you're destroying. You know, so when that recompense fall upon your own head, when judgment comes to visit you, right, the same way you dished it out is the same way it's going to come upon you. You know, without mercy. You know, why? Because the Most High is just, right? So it's only just for you to receive punishment without mercy. And that's what's going to eventually happen. Got the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You know, and you read Hebrew Edomites, you know, you're the twin brother. You know, Jacob and Esau were brothers, you know, and you sold your own birthright. Well, it was prophesied anyway that the elder would serve the younger, you know, but you can't get over that, you know, and you were created to be the base men, the lords of the low, you know, but by us breaking the covenant, the Most High put the bases of bases, the scum of the earth, in charge, you know, over us, you know, and you know your time is short. You know your time is limited. You know, that's why you treat us the way you treat us. Why? Because you're trying to hold on to this dusty, corroded, wicked kingdom. But it's fallen. There's nothing you can do about it. For Jacob is for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. You know, so you on your way out, man. Nothing you can do about it. All right. Slack you. Got the book Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 22. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities. And that's what's going to happen, you know. That's the reason for that clip. All those tears, your tears means nothing, right? Because and really at the end of the day, the only reason why you really crying because you know that punishment that's coming upon you, you know. So the only thing you can do is beg for mercy, but that's not really going to do you too much anyway. You know, where was our mercy? You know, where was our pity? You know. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, and cut off Babylon, the name and the remnant, and son and nephew, saith Yahweh. So, I mean, hey, after 1,000 years of slavery, nobody's gonna remember you anymore. You're gonna be like a vapor, you know, a vapor of water that was here like 1 second ago, and then it just disappeared. That's the ultimate judgment for you red Hebrew Edomites, the so-called white man. All right, let's grab the next scripture. Got the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Right. And there it is. That's that judgment that's coming. You know, you're going to be made most desolate. You know, hey man, it's a righteous thing, you know, that the Most High is going to pay recompense for all your wickedness, you know, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to be crying for you. You know, this is a righteous thing to recompense evil, right? Got the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Right. So you Edomites that call yourself doomsday preppers, you can prep all you want, you know. And even though some of you may escape the nuclear blast or the fire of the Most High's vengeance, you know, his men are gonna find you, you know. So you can dig as deep as you want to dig, but there is no escaping this judgment. There is no escaping punishment, you know. For the pride of your heart have deceived you, and judgment shall take place, you know. So right now we in the fishing stages, trying to fish our people, you know, trying to bring and seal the elect. But after that, it's gonna be a hunt. You know, he's gonna turn us from fishers to hunters, you know, and you shall be hunted from the cracks of those rocks, you know. So there's no escaping judgment. All right. Got the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 15. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. So the punishment that you've got coming, nobody has seen such a punishment at any time on this earth. You know? Hey, man. Right now, the way the world's set up, you know, everybody wants to be a so-called white man or Edomite. You know, it's beneficial. But once judgment comes, you know, nobody wants to be an Edomite, you know. And hey, man, it's laughable, man. You know, the same thing that made you proud is the same thing, you know, nobody wants to be anymore, you know. Got the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have a short time. And that's what we starting to see. You know, they know the prophecies. You know, they see this wicked kingdom falling. You know, so what they're gonna do is try and kill as much people as they can before they go out. You know, destroy this earth as much as they can. You know, but hey, it's gonna be some of us you're not gonna be able to touch. You know, and those that die for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know, that's still a blessing. You know. See if I can get through this before my battery dies. Got the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 10. For fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So there it is. Yeah, you're going to take out some of us, you know. But do we fear you? No. The word says, don't fear those that can destroy the body, but fear him that can destroy body and soul. You know, body and spirit. You know? So, hey, man, you have no power. You know? All you got is propaganda. You know? And that's being quickly dismantled. You know? Being made bare. You know? Everything that you stood on is crumbling. You know? And all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know? Got the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory he hath sent me unto the nations which spoil you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of my eye. And who is the apple of the Most High's eye? You so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, and you confusion of face that scattered abroad in all nations. Right? You know? So the word says, he will bless those that bless thee, and he will curse those that curse thee. And all Babylon the Great has done was curse the children of Israel. You know, so it's only fitting and right that only curses be your portion. You know, there's no way out of it. You know, the pride of thy heart have deceived you devils. You know, and hey, and we rejoicing in it, man. We loving it. You know, we don't cry when we turn on the TV and see a bunch of little Edomite kids get killed up in school. No, we rejoice in that. Why? Because you killed our kids. You know? So it's a righteous thing, you know, to see your kids get put down. You know? Devils. Got the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop this. Can't even see it. Slack here, Israel.